Also, former Duke basketball players, the Hulk, Thor, and the Jolly Green Giant. And welcome back. This is Eventually Late. I'm your host, Brent Carlson. Be sure to follow us all over the place. TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. You can probably even stalk us if you want. Anything for attention. Well, starting off tonight, a black woman was named the #1 Benjamin Franklin lookalike in all of Philadelphia this past 4th of July after she beat out several other old, white, bald on top men with glasses. Across town, there was another contest in which this guy won for being the best lookalike Harriet Tubman. I see a resemblance. It's close. Well, when asked what Kaya Burgess, the winning Philadelphia resident, planned to do next with her life, she said she was looking to either enter teaching or audition for the lead role of Powder 2. Well, 2 former NBA players have announced their intentions to become eligible for the WNBA draft. Enes Kanter Freedom and Royce White said that this is a new era where people can be who they want. Also declaring are any former Duke basketball players, the Hulk, Thor, and the Jolly Green Giant. You be who you want to be. Well, for the first time, women over 40 are having more babies than their teenage counterparts. While this may be good news in some circles, it may have something to do with the fact that more teenage boys are becoming fathers with women over 40. It's a cougar hunt. What can I tell you? Well, in a completely unrelated story, a female police officer has been relieved of her duties after she was caught with video footage on her phone that depicted her having sex with a fellow officer at the middle school in which she served as a resource officer. The video revealed that the 2 officers engaged in amorous activities on a couch in her office at the school. And before I go any further, just to let you know that I am totally with you. Thank you for everything that is holy, that it wasn't, in fact, in the kitchen. You thought I was going somewhere else, didn't you? I mean, it's a logical, conclusion. Well, a group of women thought they were going to prank a random guy on the street by randomly singing him happy birthday. Well, as it turned out, it was actually the man's birthday. In related news, a group of half-white, half-black teenagers thought that they would prank Tiger Woods by saying, "Hey, Daddy." Too far? Too far. Well, this time, the White House Correspondents' Dinner had a little less gunpowder and a lot more slings and arrows, as President Trump delivered a fiery and sarcastic speech to the press corps and even to some of his allies. In particular, RFK Jr. took some shots about his ultra-healthy lifestyle and his one-time roadkill story. While Kennedy did find the humor in the jokes, his wife, Cheryl Hines, just sat there, well, stone-faced. Oil can! Oil can! Well, AOC is thinking about her future as she videoed herself giving herself a hormone stimulation shot so that she can freeze her eggs for a later-in-life motherhood. The Congresswoman, however, was later found to be in a great fury after she found out that it was actually John Fetterman's GLP-1 shot. He's looking better. She's looking better. Well, if you thought the transgender controversy was limited to humans, oh, no. Because the Care Bears in the UK have gotten in on the transformational mania, as the company claims that one of the Care Bears is now transgender. In a taxpayer-funded exhibition, Funshine is a character that, quote, transitions with a positive characterization, sending a strong message to those going through a similar change. Also, it will have the furriest you've ever seen. if you've seen them. You may never have seen one. Well, even though Diddy is locked up, his saga on the outside continues after the first husband of J-Lo, Johnny Noah, revealed in an interview that he threatened to, quote, F Diddy up after Noah found out about the affair between Diddy and J-Lo. It's really saying something when you're in a story with P. Diddy and he's not the biggest villain. Well, J-Lo would go on to date Diddy for 2 years after her first failed marriage with Noah. Between Noah, Diddy, and Ben Affleck, it's safe to say that J-Lo is the Rose from Titanic, the Jenny from Forrest Gump, and the Meredith Grey from Grey's Anatomy all rolled up into one bitch. She doesn't seem nice. Well, no Super Bowl MVPs for Tony Romo, but the former Dallas Cowboy quarterback does now have a DWI on his record. You might notice in this mugshot that Romo doesn't seem to be too upset about the arrest, mainly because he got arrested in Milwaukee, and they only arrest you in Wisconsin for DWIs because the police station is where all the medals and ribbons are. They do it differently up there, that's for sure. And finally, yet another Bigfoot sighting has occurred, this time in Connecticut. The elusive creature was allegedly seen jumping out into the roadway in front of a row of cabins in the woods of Voluntown, Connecticut. Well, witnesses say the creature was tall, hairy, and had, quote, no boobs. After further investigation, however, it was determined that it was just a transitioning Care Bear. And that's all from us here at Eventually Late. Be sure to follow us, like, subscribe, and tell all your friends, because we're just starving for attention. Thanks for joining us.